Hey everyone, it is Rachel from KitchenCourses.com, and today I wanted to talk to you a little bit about your inspiration for cooking, for healthy eating, for everything that has to do with being in the kitchen. So this week I was sort of faced with this challenge, and lately I've been sort of experiencing some stomach problems, and I have some eczema on my face. I'm not going to point it out because, well, I just don't want to. And so I went to my doctor last week, and actually it was a little over a week ago now. I went to my doctor and talked to him about it and said, what can I do about how I'm feeling? I'm not feeling my best. What can I do? And he said something that I've thought of so many times, that I've actually done a few times, but never really been super diligent about it. And he basically said to me, you need to start keeping a food log and finding out, where your food sensitivities are, where your allergies are. And I knew that there were some things that I just couldn't eat. Like, I know the bananas, I just can't eat them. I don't know why. I've never really had checked out. I just know that when I eat them, I don't feel good. And so he basically said, you'll be able to find out what you can and can't eat by eating them. And obviously, since I've been having problems, that they're not sort of like going to kill me, basically. They just don't make me feel very great. So his tip for me was to write down everything. Write down exactly how I feel after each thing. Write down everything that I'm eating, and then write down how I feel, 15 minutes later, 2 hours after, and then, just throughout the day if there's any symptoms that come up. And then that way I can look back through and find out how I'm feeling. And his tip for me first was to cut out wheat or dairy, and find out, what's the cause of the eczema, what's the cause of my stomach tightening up when I eat. And they might be related and they might not, so just try to eat and write it down and find out, what it is. So I've been doing it for a few days now, and I have my handy dandy little journal here, and here it is. I've just been writing down everything that I've eaten. Actually, this is a journal that I had when I was right before I got married. I was trying to really watch what I ate, and so I wrote down just a little bit, and that was 2 years ago. And so I found this, and I was like, hey, I have a food log. But it's funny to look back on how you used to eat and how you eat now, and I used to think that I ate really well back then. And I look back now and I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I had that. And I just feel really different about it. So this is kind of how I'm setting it up. I'm just you can't really see that. I'm just writing down exactly what I'm having, putting a B, L, or a D, or an S for snack next to everything I'm doing. I'm not going to show you because maybe there's things I'm not super proud about. And anyway, so I'm writing it down, and then I'm writing down exactly how I feel. And then at the top I put these little... Can you see that? These little tick marks? And those are how many glasses of water I'm having. I think I told you all that one of my goals for 2012 was to drink more water, because I don't really keep on top of that. So this is one of the ways that I'm trying to keep on top of it. And anyways, so I wanted to talk to you today about your inspiration for cooking and eating and all of that. So with something like this, it's really hard for me. It didn't really dawn on me until a few days in that wheat is one of those things that's everywhere, and my doctor basically told me you need to cut out wheat for 2 weeks to find out if this is what's bugging you. And then from there you need to cut out, or you can add it back in if you feel okay, and then to just sort of test it. And then from there find out if it's dairy, to find out what types of dairy, if it's something else. I have a suspicion that it might be almonds, even though I love almonds and I'm so depressed about it, but that also happened with bananas, so I don't know. But anyway, so I know that this is one of those things that I've thought of so many times, and I've even obviously started a few times. And normally I would take this as something that's kind of hard, something that I'm stressed out about, oh no, I can't have this, I can't have this. But instead, I'm taking this as sort of this inspiration challenge to myself. So instead of saying I can't have crackers, or I can't have wheat pasta anymore, I can't have cookies or anything like that, I'm taking it as sort of a challenge to myself and a challenge to my cooking and how I can get creative with the things that I can have. So it's been a little bit of an interesting process. I've looked online for things I can have and can't have, and I've been reading all these packaging labels. And I'm trying to really look at it from this idea of what can I do? How can I use this experiment with my body in a way where I can experiment with my cooking? And so I'm really trying to, think of all the things I can have and how I can combine them in different ways so that it doesn't become like a diet or like something that I'm really struggling with, but it becomes like almost like I'm on Chopped or one of those shows that totally challenges you to be really creative with what you do have instead of focusing on what you don't. So lately, that's just really where my head has been, and I've been trying so hard to be to find inspiration in sort of these limitations with what I can have. And so I wanted to ask you, whether you've done this food log or whether you've been forced to sort of reevaluate your diet before and what you eat each day, where do you find cooking inspiration? Do you find it in having to limit yourself with certain things? Do you find it as a challenge? Where is that inspiration? Is it your family? Is it your friends? Is it cooking for other people? Or just knowing that a healthier option or healthy living is good for you, and you just use that as your inspiration to move forward and make great meals for yourself. So I would love for you to share with me what inspires you to cook and what inspires you to eat well. And I'd love for you to share that in the comments below this box. And just let me know what inspires you. And kind of on that note, I have something fun coming for you in the next maybe week or two, maybe less, I'm not sure yet. So keep on the lookout for that, and it's sort of on this idea of inspiration. So I would love to hear from you, and if you like this video, I hope you share it and tell all your friends. Yeah, so that's all for today. I'll talk to you soon. Bye!